Howdy people, today is Tuesday, June 17th. The time is 12:14 p.m. and the temperature is a beautiful 24 degrees Celsius. Now I'm here in the city of Markham. Yes, we're in Markham, but right across the street on the other side of Steeles is the city of Toronto. So fret not, we won't be out in suburbia too long. As soon as I can pick myself up and leave the shade of this tree, we'll be heading down into Toronto, walking south through North York. I was going to stream last night, but I got a notification that Ken was live, and that kind of just swayed me to stay in. I was working on a video that'll be on the Johnny Stumbles channel later this week. That one's almost all edited and ready to go. I see Deborah here, Picard, Medano, Sheena, Daniel, Michael Nguyen, Martin Kelly, Zach McNally, Marge, Harjot, Stephanie, Jellybean, Whitbedude, Jennifer Gala, Drew Costin, and everyone else. Thank you for tuning in. There I am, very much not wanting to get up and start moving. I screwed up. Should have wore a t-shirt. Alexa told me it was 21. I get here and it's like 24 and it's feeling a lot hotter than that. Oh well, I just did a wash. Took this shirt out of the wash and it's gonna go right back into the hamper as soon as I get home. But let me just get up here. Oh, I got my gimbal on POV mode. Let me fix that here. Sakina says beautiful weather. Yeah, it would be a great day to go down by the lake, but we're going to have a lot of great days like this moving forward. And just a reminder, we are live in 4K. So make sure your settings is maxed out. I'm still waiting for this phone to overheat. It's not supposed to be able to live stream at this resolution and bit rate in hotter temperatures, but it's yet to conk out. If it does conk out, that would be why, probably. Marge says there's a typo in my title. Oh no. What does my title say? Amsong Amazing. You guys don't like the Amsong spring weather? That should be fixed now. Truthfully, I did that mistake on purpose. I was just testing your proofreading skills. All right, let's leave Toronto or leave Markham, head into North York. And I heard on one of Henry's live streams that Centrepoint Mall is not going to make way for a new development anytime soon. That's the shopping mall across the street. No, Whitby dude, I was talking about a video. This stream is very much not something different. But we're just gonna go south, maybe down to Yonge and Shepherd or so. Jeanette is here. Greetings, Jeanette, and everyone else for tuning in. Thank you so much. You probably knew I was going live when there was no video scheduled for this morning. That video for this morning was originally scheduled for Sunday morning, but I decided to bump that and make it Monday. And then yesterday I decided to go with the exotic car show, and then today I decided to stream, so it's certainly not getting much love from me, but that'll be the video tomorrow. Alicia Lewis is here. Aiden Thompson McGuire, good afternoon everyone. $6.99. Thank you so much, Mr. McGuire, for the $6.99. Cheers to you. Let me get those shades on. Brad Palmer is here. Some people out on the patio at a Starbucks. Am I walking up Yonge from Steeles? No, I am walking down Yonge from Steeles. I am going south. You would say up if you were going north. And along or across if you were going east-west. I'm sure I've screwed that up and said the wrong thing numerous times in my videos. There's an excellent Korean barbecue on the left. Dalgane Korean barbecue. And I noticed a new Korean restaurant in my neighborhood. It's called Namul, Namul, in between Davisville and Eglinton. So I'm thinking tonight I might go check it out for dinner. I don't have a lot of Korean in my neighborhood, which is weird. East New York, Apgujeong. Apgujeong is like a fancy ass area in Seoul. Greetings, Math Doctor. Yeah, we're going south from Yonge and Steeles. Yes, how do red lights work? I don't know. I just run right through them. Sure, cyclists are the problem. But for the longest time, we've been hearing about the demise of Centerpoint Mall over there. I've done a few videos to that effect, but it seems as if that's not going to be the case. Maybe the housing market cooling off substantially and no one having an appetite to buy condos has something to do with it. Or at least not at the prices they're going for. You can count me into that crowd. Sapand is here. So the subway will be extended all the way up to Richmond Hill. So we see a ton of buses here, but I imagine the blue Vivo buses will no longer have a reason to go all the way to Finch Station. Those are York Region Transit buses. But we are in North York. There's a 97B Young bus making a left turn. That one goes up to Steeles. I guess it loops around right there. Johnny B says, glorious afternoon. It's certainly a nice one. And thank you again, Aidan Thompson McGuire. Torno Junior. Junior? We're going to head south down into Willowdale. Greetings, 404 not found. What's a Toronto area I used to hate but have grown to appreciate? I don't really know if there's any areas that I have ever hated. But I used to hate going to Leslieville. Anything east of downtown on the Queenie streetcar was never really a pleasant experience just because that streetcar is so damn hokey. I would say I have no problems getting out to that area these days. They need to extend the Kipling line to Brampton. I don't know about that. I think what we need from Brampton is GO train service to be every 15 minutes as originally promised and electrified. I'm actually not a fan of extending the TTC outside of Toronto. There's too many capacity issues as it is and operational issues. There's going to be people at Finch Station who aren't even going to be able to get on the train because it's full of people from Richmond Hill coming in. So really what they should be doing is staggering the trains and running empty ones from Finch once that gets installed, or the extension is built. I know they've got the ATC system in place, but you got to serve the city first and then expand it. And the city is underserved by transit as well, so I definitely wouldn't extend it to Brampton if I were in charge. At least not until we have our shit in order. Marge, $5 for a refreshing iced coffee calf? Iced baby cow? Let me just get across the street here without getting run over by someone. Thank you, Marge, for the iced, I'm assuming, coffee. Much appreciated. I do have a cold bubbly in my backpack right now. And there we go. Suburban strip mall after suburban strip mall. That's kind of the nature of this area north of Finch, unfortunately. I've talked about it before, but I've referred to this as Toronto's money exchange capital. Toronto Exchange. There's a place called Toronto Exchange somewhere. The Delta Exchange. Whippy Dude thought it was strange when they expanded to Vaughan. Yeah, well, it made sense to expand up to York University. I guess that was just taking it a bit further. What's a cold bubbly? Bubbly's just a brand of sparkling water. I've got one in my backpack. Greetings, Vasily. This area is called Newton Brook. It's what Ray from City Nerd would call a car sewer. Got this gross 3-lane per side wide road. Hopefully that'll sort itself once the subway's extended. Medano 1973, trusty moderator for a cold beverage. Time to get the Eddie can cooler ready for next week's weather. Cheers. You know what, Medano? I should have brought that out today, actually. It's been sitting there on my shelf waiting to go, but thank you, Medano. Medano gifted me a Yeti can cooler. And that's going to be very crucial on hot summer days because I'm going to be able to take a cold drink out of my fridge and keep it cool in my backpack. Here's the place Brown Donkatsu, the original Korean Donkatsu house. That place, I think I went to one on Dundas downtown. It was quite excellent. Comes a 53B. Steele's bus. I wonder if those Steele's buses are still going to go down to Finch once the subway's open. They might get rid of the east-west Steele's buses and just have one Steele's bus, as people will be able to connect to the subway at Yonge and Steele's. Not really sure what the plans are. They'll still need the 97. As the stops will be pretty far away. Dirk G is here. Greetings, Dirk G. And at 21 minutes in, we have almost 300 viewers on a Tuesday afternoon. Thank you so much, guys. As we go south down Yonge Street. RD says good bus frequency. Well, what you're seeing are a lot of York Region buses that feed down to Finch, where there's a subway connection, numerous bus connections, and even a GO bus connection, as well as the Steels buses, the east and west. Greetings, Row Music. .404 not found. As another cop screams by. Towards the lunch fund. Thank you so much. 404 not found for the $10 for some lunch. Thank you very much. I did not eat before the stream. Well, I had my breakfast, but I didn't have lunch. And here's where, somewhat controversially, they've decided not to build a subway station at Yonge and Cummer. Mustang goes vroom. Thank you again for not found. Hey, a Ferrari set in. An iced protein coffee and Johnny Strides makes for a great afternoon, says Dog Mama. Man, why didn't I wear a t-shirt? I'm such an idiot. I think either the last or second last time I live streamed in this area, I stopped at Yonge and Finch after the stream, and I had a bowl of Vietnamese soup at a place that's fairly new, and it was quite excellent. Maybe we'll spot a lunch deal on the way, and I'll have that after the stream. Johnny B says, sunscreen, no. I've got the hat and shades on. It's crazy to think this used to be a big plaza on the left with the supermarket, Kanji Time restaurant. There's a Bowl-orama, Canada Computers, and now H-Mart is moving in, and Tout Le Jus. That's funny, they call it Authentic Bakery, but that's a Parisian themed bakery. I'm not sure what's so authentic about it, but I was going there in Korea. Alicia Lewis, $10. You'll add to the lunch fund. Why, thank you, Midtown neighbor Alicia Lewis, for the $10. Cheers to you. Now I'm gonna have to find like the keg or something for lunch. Thank you so much, Alicia. Sapan says tonight is game 6. Go Oilers. Do or die. Let's hope they don't die. Well, there's a nice breeze right now, at least. And I think I said it before, but this stretch of sidewalk could use a lot of greenery. Plant some trees or something. That is brutal. It's nice and wide, but it's just too much paved surface, not enough green. It's not very inviting on a hot day. It's not going to be a pleasant place to be. I'd almost argue this building is too far off the street. Han, greetings from Bayern and Auckland. Oh, you're watching Bayern versus Auckland. Oh! That's 100% my bad. I was standing there at the bus stop and that bus just slowed down, thinking I was going to get on it. Sorry about that, bus. At least it didn't stop. It was me being a knucklehead. See, look how much better the sidewalk here is. Just a little bit of green makes all the difference in the world. Dirk G, €11.99. Dirk G, thank you so much. All the way from Germany. Thank you, Dirk, and it was a pleasure speaking to you several months back. Thank you, Dirk. But look at that sidewalk. Gross. And look at this. So much better. Create some shade. Visually, it's much better as well. Hardrock got a new light Blue Jays shirt with Guerrero Jr. 27 on it. Someone asking, how is Toronto? Toronto's good. We're getting towards the end of Newton Brook and getting towards Willowdale. Randy Ruck, $10 towards the Bubbly Fund. Randy Ruck. Thank you so much, Randy. I too did to part of Ken's live stream last night. You were just making it rain on Ken. Thank you for supporting Ken. He was celebrating 28,000 subscribers. Congrats to Ken for that. And thank you, Randy Ruck, for the $10. Definitely appreciate it. And yeah, I was lurking a little bit in his stream while I was doing work. Naudibot says, what's the destination today? Probably Shepherd Young. I don't don't think I'm going to have the battery life to get down to York Mills, and that stretch is kind of boring anyways. We'll probably be streaming for a little over an hour and a half or so. Paul B says, greetings from Ireland. Hannah says, everyone remember to like and subscribe to support Toronto and a great live YouTuber. Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, this channel just hit 135,000 subscribers. I said I was going to stop following that until we hit 200K. But I guess 150K is the next kind of milestone. We might get there this year. If not, it should be somewhat early next year. But you see all those blue York Region buses. This is the end of the line for them, deep into Toronto. YRT.ca. We have these distinct blue buses, and then the GO buses, which is like the regional commuter rail network, well, rail and bus network you can catch here as well. Sheena says, woo, congrats. Thank you, Sheena. Subscriber growth tends to come in waves. There's a period in like November when I was getting like 3,000 or 4,000 on the month, and then it slowed right down to a little under 1,000 a month. It's not a very healthy exercise to watch it. Kind of like watching the grass grow sometimes. Jennifer Gallis says, for sure I'll get to 150K. Thank you, Jennifer. I want to get Johnny Stumbles up over 10K. Here's a goal for the near future. I will be putting more regular videos up on that channel pretty soon. I've got one in the works. I was editing it yesterday. It's mostly done. Is there a karaoke pit stop, asks Pine Soul. No. And I'll tell you what, where this burrito place is, there used to be a John Anderson. I think there's still a John Anderson on Dundas West in Mississauga. But when I worked in that building right there, I worked for AXA Insurance, AXA. I was a commercial underwriter. Sometimes at lunch I would come across here and go to the John Anderson. I met some great people at that place, some people that I still know. Sapand TTC Explorer, $6.99. Congrats on 135K subs. Thank you so much, Sapand, for the $6.99 and the congrats. I ran into you, as you know, but this is for everyone else's info, during the Yorkville Exotic Car Show. It was nice to see you again, Sapand, and happy belated birthday as well. We were both recording that in opposite directions. There's the TTC bus terminal at Finch Station.
Any change, sir?
Jesus, that guy. He's gonna make somebody jump. It takes a lot to scare me. But that guy gave me a little bit of a jolt. Hey, it's the Yonge Street Food Court. Jack's Wonton Noodle Soup, Yonge Street Fried Rice Hut, Hoo Hoo Large Fried Chicken. Right next to Toronto Persian Cuisine. And we're almost at Finch Station. Hi, how's it going?
I've seen you on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yes, hello.
You want to be on a stream?
Sure.
Well, you're on one now.
My channel is Randomness Extremes. With a
Randomless,
Z at the end.
randomless Extremes with the Z.
Yeah, just cooking and also walking as well.
What kind of food do you cook?
Ramen noodles, but I eat it off the lid because I want it to be cool when I eat it off the lid. It's bouncier, it's kind of like chewy.
Like instant ramen? Or?
Yeah, instant ramen. So basically the idea is that you'd have it on the lid because it's going to cool it down, it's going to make it bouncy, and it's going to make it chewy. So it preserves that bounciness, so it's kind of better that way, eating it that way. So I kind of offer that kind of a hack. And also I like the idea of sunlight. Sunlight is great, like concrete. And I really enjoy the sunlight shining on the concrete for some reason. I don't know why. So I thought I was going to make some content about that as well because I thought it was artistic. Yeah. But it's really nice to see.
Yeah, and your first name?
The first name is actually Dongju. It's a Korean name.
Dongju. Oh.
Yeah. So it's Dongjoo.
Are you from Korea originally?
Yeah, I'm from Korea.
Where in Korea?
Seoul.
Seoul. Where in Seoul?
I seen you go to Seoul. I'm not exactly sure where it is.
It was a long time ago?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah. But this is, wow, I never would have expected to see you.
Well, I come here maybe once every 2 months or so, do a video or live stream. I like North York. It's a great area.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Dongju.
Yes.
All right, cheers. Take care. Friendly and enthusiastic guy. I think he said Random Extremes with a Z. We can check that out maybe on the Sunday night Stumble stream, where I have the luxury of being able to pull stuff up on the computer. Very friendly and enthusiastic gentleman. And we have made it from Newton Brook and Silverview into Willowdale. So this is Yonge and Finch. That place, Dear Saigon, that's where I went to after a live stream. That was quite excellent. What is happening? Someone explain? I'll leave that for someone in Viewerland. Matthew S. is cool part of town. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Yonge Street, but they are fixing it here. It's just way too wide and car-centric. There are plans to install protected bike lanes, expand the sidewalks, and make it far less pedestrian hostile. But it's going to take a few years for them to do that. It's such a shame too, because you've got mass transit, you've got so many people living in the area within walking distance. Yet it's this giant car sewer. And look how far it is from Finch just to the next marked crossing. Like, we gotta zoom way in just to see it. Pedestrian friendly, this is not. But it's still a great area despite that. And Nakwan is another restaurant I used to go to when I worked across the street at the North American Center. And there's Dear Saigon, where I went to after a live stream. And that Cafe N1 was a place where I once had a date in, like, I don't even want to speculate the year, but that was the start of like a 6-year relationship. So I got memories sitting at that place, looking out the window. There's a place, Claw Me Baby, Claw Machine Arcade. Just enjoying walking in the shade here. Lisa has become one of those people that doesn't go north of St. Clair West 75% of the time of the year. So you go north of St. Clair West 1 out of every 4 days, if I'm reading that correctly. Bridges and tunnels are not how you make an area pedestrian friendly. You get rid of street parking, you expand the sidewalks, you add protected bike lanes, and all the people that bitch and moan and complain about it end up with a way better place to live when all is said and done. It's funny how that works. Nobody ever complains after those changes are made. Business goes up, areas become desirable, they start attracting more people. I don't think anyone is coming here just to walk around and smell the roses in the area. But there's no shortage of great places to grab a bite to eat in this area. Randy Rux's huge hockey game tonight, indeed. Who's going to be the goalie for Edmonton? Is it Pickard again? There's an izakaya. Word of the day says they need to study bike lanes, make good ones, not green paint. I would argue a painted line is not a bike lane. Sangji, fried bao. Grandpa Thai. Taiwanese-style railway bento box. Magic Noodle, Chinese noodle house. There's a Korean and Chinese restaurant. Gongcha, tea, coffee, juice. Maybe if I see like a small independent cafe, I can pop in and get an iced coffee. I'm not opposed to being Starbucks either, if I'm choosing. That one looks a little too dessert oriented. Soft opening, June 6th, Friday. Holy shit, it is packed. There's a giant lineup in there. If it was empty, I would have maybe gone in. Cruel Z, I agree with you. mentioned it before, but here's an example of new condo retail done absolutely right. Too often, we lose a lot of older fine grain retail and a lot of local businesses that had a lot of character, and it gets replaced by a generic condo with just giant storefronts, and they end up occupied by like a Scotia Bank and a chain retailer, a Starbucks if you're lucky, maybe a Rexall or Shoppers. But when you make smaller retail spots, look what happens. This is so much better than what you see going on Yonge Street downtown. Creperie and Dessert House. Beverages. All right, let's get an iced latte here. Hi, can I get an iced latte to go? Yeah, I'll come in a minute. I'm just gonna sit right here. Thank you. All right. Well, I said I was gonna pop into a local cafe, and here we go. As soon as I get this drink, I'll be on my way. Thank you to Marge, I believe, who super chatted $5 for a iced coffee. Sushi bong is tucked away here. Awesome big sushi rolls. What a great little patio this place has too. This is the Creperie and Dessert House. I think maybe someone... Sorry for the delay. It's fantastic weather. Jack Planespotting says, love your no filter comments sometimes. Keyword, sometimes. Could be 1 in 100. But thank you. Lisa says patio is great, traffic noise is not. I wonder how different it would feel if we were in a... Oh, thank you. I wonder how different it would feel if we were in a mostly electric car neighborhood. But let's test the iced latte. Yep, it's a damn good iced latte. Thank you guys for the support. And thanks for being patient. Let's get moving. I forget what I paid for this. Let me see. Let me just pull up my... I didn't get a notification when I tapped. Pastel Creperie Dessert House, 609. I just pulled up my Amex app. That's another bonus for this place. They accept Amex. So 5 times 6, I just made 30 points, which I can translate to 30 Aeroplan points. All for one coffee. Normally on my TD Visa, I'd have to spend $30 to get 30 points. And that's the magic of the Amex Cobalt card. Butcher Boutique, Power Hair Salon, Cha Meow. And it's similar over across the street. Another development with a lot of small retail outlets. And it just brings so much life and character to the neighborhood. Not to mention a much better variety when you are looking for a place to eat or pick something up. And it continues down here. I'm just going to take my sunglasses off for a sec. Greetings, Mandy Haynes. Heinzel says you find more and more places are starting to accept Amex. Yeah, they've been quite aggressive rolling out here. I finally got on board with it, and it's changed my behavior. I definitely prefer places that accept it. If I go to a restaurant that doesn't, I get a little bit miffed, and I'm less likely to go back. If you go online or just search on YouTube for the best points cards, hands down, the Amex Cobalt card in Canada is far and away the best deal. Yeroon Supermarket, Chew Tea, 9, Charlie's Tea. Hey, we got a super chat. Just put the camera down for a sec. Randy Ruck. I can't play favorites. I need to get you caught up with Ken. Randy Ruck. Thank you so much, Randy Ruck, for the $10. Much appreciated. No need to play favorites, so it's all good. Ken hit a milestone yesterday. And Randy Ruck gifts 5 channel memberships. Nate D, No Clue, Gabriella Guto, Toronto Walker, and Ant-Man. All welcome to membership. I'm going to have to update the ending credits pretty soon. We've got a whole bunch of new members. Welcome to membership, and thank you so much, Randy Ruck. And thank you again for your support of Ken yesterday. And congrats to him on the continued success. I think of the Toronto Walktubers who do live streaming and narrated style videos. Ken is easily the second biggest channel by a very healthy number. So it's good to see people supporting him and him helping grow the community. There's Lucky Donkatsu, Korean style pork cutlet next to Luna Bakery. And here's a curiosity. Just a little cemetery. I see emergency vehicle lights up near the North York Center. Heinzel says, you feel guilty using an Amex at a local shop? The banks are slowly charging the fees and now Amex is looking more and more attractive. Well, I think Amex charges higher than Visa and MasterCard do to local businesses, and that's why some places resist accepting it, which makes sense. Except when you accept Amex, you also get loyal customers, so that's kind of the trade-off. Visa and MasterCard are accepted everywhere, so they don't have the same kind of attachment. In America, they have another one called Discover Card. I think it's very rare to find anywhere in Canada that accepts that. Greetings, Megan. Someone should tell this person driving the Chevrolet that their turn signal is not working. It's either that or they don't know how to drive, but it's not nice to assume someone doesn't know how to drive. There's the Owl of Minerva. That place is an institution in this area. And they have their own butcher shop right there, the Owl's Meat Shop. Bean Butt says Canada not accepting Discover is annoying. Well, it's really just an American thing, right? You're not getting to use your Discover card when you go overseas. And I don't think they really offer it to Canadians, so it makes sense that businesses here wouldn't accept it. The Food Club, Life for Cuts, General and Post Liquor, Machi Machi, this or that. Looks like a little Asian food hall style place. Shiko Pot, Ramen. Fine Soul's waiting for the day I upgrade to Amex Gold. With the highest rated, or the highest Amex card is what, $700 a year membership fees, but the points rewards are not as good as the Cobalt card, which is just like 13 bucks a month. So I don't think I'll be doing that. I already have 2 Amex cards. I have the Marriott Bonvoy, which gets me a free hotel stay every year, which I used at a Westin in Bangkok. So do I really want to have 3 Amex cards? All right, too much credit card chat. The Laughing Man passed by Owl in the Chinatown for probably 10 years. You never tried it. What do I recommend from it? Pork bone soup, gamjatang. Hey, we got a $3 super chat. For £3. Let me refresh my chat. Alex Grimshaw, £3. Thank you so much, Alex Grimshaw, for the £3. Cheers to you. We're about halfway through our iced latte. We are making our way towards North York City Center. Haunting Live says, hey Johnny, for your streaming from battery to cell phone, what do you use for the connection for yourself as you don't use a cell phone? I use 2 or 3 phones when I stream. I use software that binds the signal, so I have a phone in my pocket that is hotspotting to this phone. And then the software on this phone is bonding the 2 connections together. No external batteries are being used. I do have a third provider and a third phone, but I found between Rogers and Bell, I can generally keep a really high bitrate signal, enough for 4K going. So I usually leave the third phone at home. Viva breakfast and lunch. Lisa muted it for a few minutes and came back to Nerd Talk. Carl Roth says video and audio are great, thank you. I'm still waiting for this thing to overheat. Everyone on the... Oh, I got to sneeze. One sec. Everyone on the Discord for the software told me I'm not going to be able to 4K stream as soon as the weather gets warm. Well, we've been lucky. There's a food hall Toronto, so there's another food hall. They just do the new condo retail so much better in this part of North York. There's an excellent Korean barbecue shop. Dalgone. You're eager to experience the Toronto weather. It looks good. Our weather is all over the place. But generally it should be good more days than not from here till pretty much all the way through fall. Our corner cafe, brunch, dessert, bubble tea, board game. No Clue says the picture quality on a large TV is amazing. Yeah, you won't notice a whole lot of difference between a 1080 stream and a 4K stream on a small screen. What I've found since I switched to 4K, the average replay in terms of what people watch after it is done is much longer on these versus the old ones in terms of the watch time. So I think the better quality has something to do with that, because it's really the only variable that I changed. Is that Boston across the street from me? That was a Boston Pizza, or still is. I used to go there after golf for some Sub-Zero Coors Light. All right, maybe we'll cross the street here. There's gonna be more shade on the other side. Yep, Boston Pizza is Canadian. One of the guys on the Dragon's Den TV show created it. That's like the Canadian Shark Tank. Even though Dragon's Den came first, it was originally a British show. And ironically, two of the mainstays on the US Shark Tank are Canadian. Whoa. Get off the sidewalk, my guy. Someone should almost make a video about that phenomenon. I bet it would get a lot of comments. There's Empress Walk across the street, now called Ryokan Empress. There used to be a Cineplex Odeon just south of here at the Shepherd Young Center, but they merged with Famous Players. And they consolidated into just that one location. Generally speaking, the Famous Players theaters were way better than the Cineplex counterparts. All right, what's going on here? They've got someone arrested. I'm not going to point the camera in the back of the cruiser, but there's a dude all cuffed up in the back. Innocent until proven guilty, right? This must have been why we heard those police cruisers screaming down Yonge earlier. There's one, there's two bike cops. You don't normally see bike cops up in this neck of the woods. Oh, hopefully it was nothing serious. But I have a feeling that's not the case given the response. It must have been serious if the police actually showed up. Vlog CA says so many bubble tea shops in North York. Indeed. You could say that about all of Toronto. And North York used to be its own separate municipality. And the North York Civic Center was its city hall. And I think they used to have New Year's celebrations here. This is Mel Lastman Square. The last ever mayor of North York and the first ever mayor of the amalgamated Toronto. There's a dude dancing to Billie Jean over there. It's a beautiful area. But when the megacity was formed, it's boiled down to Barbara Hall versus Mel Lastman. Barbara Hall was the incumbent from the old city of Toronto. Mel Lastman was from North York. And he edged her out in votes. Which unfortunately led to us having the Shepherd line instead of the Eglinton West line. As Mike Harris, the then premier at the time, wasn't going to pay for both of them, even though both were approved. And construction had started on the Eglinton West subway line, but Mel Lastman convinced him to cancel that project and please his North York supporters by building the utterly useless and pointless Shepherd West line. Well, not just the Shepherd West line, but a very truncated Shepherd West line. And I'm a huge transit supporter, but if anything, Shepherd is kind of an ideal candidate for a busway, whereas Eglinton was an obvious place to build a subway. So thanks, Mike Harris and Mel Lastman, for fucking Toronto over for decades. Anyways, there's Look North up Yonge Street. Log CA says many pigeons around here. 404 not found says usually when they park the wrong way on the street, it's pretty serious. Yeah, I think that just indicates they don't have the luxury of time to park better. Their attention is required immediately. I don't even want to speculate on what that was, but it's certainly a thing we saw on this walk. There's the Meridian Arts Center. And it was a little over a year, well, I think about a year and a half ago, actually. Right around this spot when the channel hit 100,000 subscribers. I was doing a live stream walking down Yonge Street on the west side. And I was right about where I am now when it went over that milestone. Maybe I'll come back in 10 years when we're almost at 200,000. This is a chain that's popped up everywhere. Cafe Landwehr. And they often have patios. Oh, hey Yoshi, what's up? How's it going?
Where are you going?
I'm just going south to Shepherd Yonge.
Shepherd Young, that's it?
Yep.
I'm just chilling because I got a Jays game tonight.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. You're around. I'll probably just walk down later to pick up Dustin Young later.
You're gonna walk there?
Yeah, probably.
Jeanette says, great 100K memory. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jeanette, for the kind words. Word of the day says, after the band Rush. Just reading some of your messages. Thank you, guys. So we're going to continue south.
Now I give a shit. I wasn't thinking of coming up, but I knew you were lost. Like, alright, let's
Some people saying hi to Yoshi.
Hey, everybody.
Lisa says that's a long walk. It is, especially in weather like this. I'm already ready to burn my clothes and take a shower. I'm going to go home and probably work out and do that.
I'm okay with that, though.
There's another nice little refuse. Sakina says, I'm really enjoying this walk. Thank you. I'm just going to mute it for 1 sec, guys. right, just reading some of your messages. There's Yoshi wearing the Blue Jay. So you're going to watch the Blue Jay game tonight?
Yes.
And not the Edmonton Oilers and Florida Panthers game?
Probably going to miss that game tonight because I'm going to be going to see the Jays and Diamondbacks. My friend is coming. He's not here yet, but he said he'll be down by 4. So I may have to head down afterwards.
Cambo Double Tap ditched your Amex Cobalt. Why would you do that?
What?
It's easily the best points card around. I might be using it already. My plans are to, since my new passport came a little earlier than expected, I booked a few places within the country for next month, but I might now expand that search and look for something abroad. I wasn't planning on having my passport just ready. Mr. Clean, holy shit. Mr. Clean, thank you so much for joining God Tier. That is the highest level of channel membership. Thank you, Mr. Clean. Wow. So you'll get your name on the ending credits in that first section once I update them. But thank you, Mr. Clean. You can go to the community tab and see all the members videos and members posts. I do one update a month and usually an exclusive members video. I'm also open to taking requests from members. Francis says, do I sign up for the statement rebates for certain companies through the app? I cannot say that I do. Hey, Korean style Chinese food. Jajangmyeon. Or they call that jajang.
I've never tried it.
All right, 404 not found. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to all 400 plus of you. Friendly reminder to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that fun stuff. Subash, good afternoon. What a beautiful hot day it is. Gerald Jones says go to the Caribbean. I was just in the Caribbean.
It's going to get hot next week. 33 up to 33 to 34 next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice weather for the next several months. More days than not. And I believe this is one of the passport offices here. Government of Canada. I went to one on College Street in Little Italy, but I think you can get an appointment to do it there.
Yep.
Got Bop, Korean rice bowl. I think that's new.
I think so, yeah. I think that's...
Union Social Eatery. Oh, it looks like that place is done. We're all...
Yeah, I think it's already gone.
And they've got a nice rooftop patio. That's a shame. Lisa thought about going out, but you're too lazy to wash your hair, so there's that. I'm finally going to go to this BBQ chicken place on Friday.
Ooh.
I'm meeting a couple of friends that I went to high school with who live in the city.
Oh, that's awesome.
And one of them suggested we will go there, so I'm finally going to do just that.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
As we get to Elmhurst Avenue. And I mentioned there used to be a Cineplex Odeon in this area. It used to be right there at the Shepherd Young Center. Lisa says a nice rooftop patio to roast on. Hey, as long as it's covered, it's all good. Heinzel says, oh yeah, the rooftop was pretty nice and big. I'm looking forward to trying out the new St. Louis at Yonge and St. Clair. They've got a nice big patio.
Bar and grill?
Yep. Rockin' Adidas.
Yep. Even though I didn't have skin issues. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, it's Tuesday. Maybe I'll go there today. I was gonna go for Korean. But last time on Tuesday I went to St. Louis
Oh.
and my bill ended up being like half the price. I didn't know it was half price day, so
I didn't do it either.
I ordered thinking I was paying full price, and I thought the waitress made a mistake when my bill came. I was like, whoa, don't say anything, just pay and go. And then I noticed it said 50% off. And button. The Frog, they've got a back patio.
Yep.
It kind of, I think it backs onto a parking lot. But
Yeah.
It's still a back patio. Oh, thank you again, Mr. Clean. And thank you to Randy Ruck for gifting 5 channel memberships and sending a couple of super chats earlier as well. Emergency vehicles. We've got an ambulance, but it is going west on Shepherd.
Oh yeah. Just came back all the way from Etobicoke.
Lisa says I had a start the car moment. You know, when I bought my jacket at Fall Raven for Christmas, well, it was a present, but someone was with me buying it.
Oh.
And it rang through at like $200 less than it should.
Ah.
And idiot me opened my mouth and said something. I'm like, wow, is it on sale? And the guy ringing it up looked to his left where his manager was standing right next to him with a very concerned look on his face. And they said, no, that's not right. And they fixed the price. And I was like, damn it. I should have known better. Act stupid when you're the customer and it comes up way too cheap. Math Doctor says Nome Izakaya, a buckashuck. Heinzel says St. Louis is bomb, one of the good wing chains of Canada. Yeah, not only is it solid wings, I've always had really good luck with having great servers there. The food is great, and even at full price, it's not that expensive. It really is one of the good chains. As we get to Yonge and Shepherd. Mel says, oof. Yeah, oops indeed, Megan. Where are we at battery-wise? 30%?
Yeah.
Heinzel says, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness.
Much more giggles. First time I'm gonna see the bridge of Highway 401. Have you done that a lot of?
Are you gonna walk on the left and go around it?
I think so. Is it on the left?
Yeah, that's the more interesting way.
Yeah,
but
I
I think you can walk on the right too. I'm not sure.
Okay. I didn't know that. I've never walked here before. My first time.
Oh, I like it when we get that nice breeze.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's
All right, decision time. This is the entrance to the station. Points. Points.
Oh, okay.
All right, I think I'm going to go back up on the other side to Young Shepherd and then wrap up.
Where is it?
I'm going to go
That
back.
side?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
cross and go back up.
Still got time. I still have until 4:30.
Why'd you leave so early?
Huh?
Why'd you leave your house so early?
7:30 a.m. I didn't leave like an hour time because I had to go somewhere first and then I come back here to probably just walk around. Cause I mean, nothing too much to do downtown. Yeah, I figured to
Actually, you know what, guys? I think we're gonna wrap this one up.
Over here?
Yeah, I've got 3 minutes to tap in, and I can keep my.
I don't have 3 minutes. Mine has already expired, but I don't mind doing it again. But hard to actually tap one more time on Subway, but I don't mind.
I've got 3 minutes to tap in to keep my original fare on my 2-hour window. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in to this Tuesday afternoon live stream. Huge thanks to everyone for their support. You guys have been amazing. Randy Ruck, thank you for the multiple super chats and the 5 new memberships. Mr. Clean, thank you for joining the ranks of God tier, but I've got 2 minutes to go tap in to the TTC. So thank you so much, guys. There'll be a video tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. EST as always. I'm gonna run to save $3 because I'm a cheap bastard, but thank you so much, guys. All right, Yoshi, sign off.
All right, guys. Let's see you guys next time. All right.